Hello everybody, it's March 21st, 2022. We're going to go ahead and jump into Bitcoin here. So still don't really have too much to report. The action that we've seen has really just been choppy corrective action, as I've gone over before. So I just want to go over kind of my longer term viewpoint here and explain a couple things. So we have been trying to complete this yellow 4 right here, this move, and it's been doing so as an ABC flat correction. It's a bit odd to see this C wave of that 4 complete at a higher level than the A wave was back here, especially considering the B went above 3. So, I keep expecting a lower move down based on that, for one. And for a second thing, in a C wave, you typically expect to see 5 waves down, and all I can see right now is 3. We've got 1, 2, 3 right there. And then this, I'm assuming, was 4. It was corrective, so it looks like a really nice 4. And then we had a really nice impulse down too, which should have been the start of the next move down. So anyway, we should be seeing this 4 and 5 to complete C of the larger 4. So once again, whenever the micro is unclear, I need to fall back on the macro viewpoint. And the macro viewpoint at this time still says lower is to be expected. Just based on the fact that we haven't seen that 5th wave down. If this right here, if this had come down just a little bit further, if we'd broken that low, I would be much more willing to say, okay, you know what, that didn't go down as far as it should have, but at least it did break that low, so we have 4 and 5 as a truncated 5th wave, and then we could progress upwards from there potentially. But we didn't see that. We saw a higher low here. And so it wasn't really a completed 5th wave. So once again, as long as we remain below this level here, 45.8, I am expecting that we see a lower low here in at least breaking this 33K area, and potentially as far down as 28 or even 25. So that's my larger, larger time frame viewpoint on this. And looking at this now, like, honestly, even if this breaks above 45.8, it might just reset that 4 and then still give us a lower low. So it's really going to be difficult to try to trade this. But in any case, 45.8 is very obvious horizontal resistance here. So I'm going to have to stop out of shorts there. Which will be about break even for me because I've got a short from 49. I shorted here, and then I've got additional shorts that I added in this range, average like 43 or so. And then I took some profit and reloaded in the 41K region. But essentially, I've got 49 and 43K, which is, whatever, 46 average, give or take. So if it goes up above 45.8, I am going to stop out of those just to be on the safe side, but by no means am I expecting the bulls to really give us a strong run from there necessarily. It could just be, like I said, a reset of this green 4 before we actually drop lower. And in the most bullish scenario, it's what I have drawn here in red, where this is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so even in that case, we're looking at maybe we get up into the 50 to 60K region, but then we're probably coming back down to mid 40s, even low 40s, before pressing upwards. And then even if we do that, that is not a great way to start off. A diagonal with an overlapping 4 and 1 is not a good way to start off the next leg up and hit our ideal target up here of like 100 to 130. So that could simply end the bull market right there at 70 or 80, which we don't want to see. At least I don't want to see that. I would prefer for this to move downwards, make a new low, and then give the bulls a chance to actually do something productive. So let's go down into the micro, just so I can talk about how unproductive the action's been so far. So this is the 33K low back here, and we have pretty clearly a three-wave move. I mean, right off the bat, this action right here is chop and crap. It's not an impulse, it's not anything, right? And then we had a bigger move up in 5 waves, and that's pretty much our A, B, and C right there. So that's why I consider that our 4th wave. From there, we did have a very nice impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right there. So when you have an impulse downwards like this, that's so strong, and clearly an impulse, like it obeyed the fibs really well, and then you follow that with a 3-wave move up, A, B, C. That's not an impulse, that's an A, B, C. The expectation is to see further downside, where this is our blue first wave, basically. Those 5 waves make that first wave, because everything in Elliott wave is fractal. And then 3 waves up, there's our 2, right? So that's why, again, my 45.8, which is the beginning of this move, is kind of my line in the sand for just stopping out of shorts, just to be on the safe side. And then off of this 2 high here, we had another pretty decent 5-wave move in the micro right there, obeyed the fibs, looked really good, and then an ABC up, 3-wave move, right? So again, we're getting 5 down, 3 up. And then here we really didn't see, it might be 5 waves, but it's not really super clear. So this may just be a 3-wave move down, which kind of brought some uncertainty in. But then off of that low, we've not seen anything productive. This is all, once again, 3-wave moves. WXY, there's 3 waves right there. That might be forming a larger 3-wave move right here, something like this. I really don't know, but this is unreadable, choppy, useless action, basically. And right now it's pushing upwards, it's grinding up. It's probably going to come up, take out that high. It's probably going to come up, take out that high. Maybe it pushes somewhere into this 43K region. Who knows? I don't know how exactly how high this is going to go at the moment, but it kind of looks like it might just be forming a larger off this low, A, B, C, and that's what this big red box is here. It is completely okay for this C wave to end anywhere in this box, all the way up to 44.5K basically. And again, 45.8 is my line in the sand. So in the short term, it looks like, just visually, it looks like it's going to go up higher. I just can't tell you exactly where in there it's going to go. An ideal region would be the 1.0 extension, so we can kind of use that as a guide. That's 43K. Basically 43.1 is the 1.0 extension. So I wouldn't be shocked to see some resistance there, and maybe that's where we finally reject 43.1. But again, I really can't give you a great answer on the short-term action right now. But the long-term certainly suggests further down is to be seen, and that's backed up by just the low-quality 3-wave move action that we're seeing here. And I don't see anything at all that is going to, that indicates that the bulls are ready to push upwards, except for this potentially bullish diagonal, which, like I've said, is really not a great option for the bulls. And I'm not really interested in trying to play that, to be honest. I mean, I've got a decently sized portfolio. I don't want to be trying to throw money in here at 45.8. If it breaks that, just for a little move up here into the 50s before it plummets down and probably goes below that. So my plan, if it does break out and give us this 3, is to simply wait until we reach the diagonal, the bottom of the diagonal, and then I might go ahead and try to make a scalp long for that next move up. But I need to see that confirmation, the breakout, and also a big pump up there, because like I said, that breakout, if it happens, could simply be a larger three-wave move before the move down. So unfortunately, it's just making it very difficult for everybody right now in the action that we're seeing. All right, let's see, anything else to say? Hourly RSI, obviously getting into the area where we might see a top at some point soon. PPO still has room, so both of these are saying we could have some room still to go up, maybe to that 43 area. Let's check the 4 hour. Not really too much to say on the 4 hour quite yet. Had a bearish divergence that played out there, and the orange PPO played out already. So we're just kind of waiting to see how this pushes upwards on the 4 hour. But there's nothing here that says it has a ton of room, right? I mean, if that goes up even a little bit higher, then it's going to be back in that overbought territory once again. So I think that's the most logical assumption, is that we see, maybe a continued push up overnight into the 43, maybe even up to 44, 44 and a half if it wants to go that far. But I wouldn't expect much more beyond that. And then we'll have to see. I mean, the Bears are going to have to prove themselves once again. This will probably reset that, but then we really are going to need to see a micro 5-wave down in order to start off the next move. And we want to see something like that. Basically 5 waves down, 3 waves up, and then dump. So bulls have done a good job of delaying, but they have not proven anything at this point. So that's still my standpoint on it. All right, guys, hopefully that is helpful. This basically, what I can say for, just advice-wise is this is really, in my opinion, a no-trade zone. I mean, I'm sitting in shorts from higher up, and that's pretty much all I'm comfortable with. I'm not comfortable doing anything else on Bitcoin right now. No high probability trades whatsoever to be had. If you're not short yet and you wanted a pretty good risk-reward proposition, you could short in this 43 to 44 and a half area with a stop above 45.8, and then if it does dump down, you're in good shape. But that 45.8 could break, like I said, and still kind of come down. So we'll have to see. But all right, guys, that is all I've got for tonight. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified of the videos as they come out. I'll do another public video. Actually, I will not be doing a public video on Friday. I'm away for business on Friday, so I apologize, but I probably will not be able to do one. Maybe I can do one on my phone. We'll see. And we'll go from there. All right. Good night, guys.